always have an opportunity between Mincha and Arvit to say Divin Torah. And try to always make sure that we have a practical lesson from the Torah that we learn. We should leave with a message. So we all know there's a famous word, famous saying and teaching from the Balatanya that you should live with the times. I've leben mit der Zeit. What does that mean? Hasidim didn't know what exactly he meant. So his brother explained it means you should live with the Pasha of the week. Not just to learn it, not only to study, but to live with it. To get mamish life from it. And take it in a practical sense. What I need to do now, I'm going to open the Chumash and the Rashi and the Meforshim and they'll tell me what to do. So the Pasha is Truma. Equally Truma. And this Pasha comes right after we finished reading the last section, the Shvi of Mishpatim, goes back to the story of Matan Torah, how the Jews prepared for Matan Torah and they said Nasa v'nishma. And right after that starts Pasha's Truma. And Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, as Moshe Rabbeinu was on the mountain to receive the Torah for 40 days and 40 nights, how he's supposed to instruct the Jews to build a Mishkan. And the Mishkan was intended to bring the Shechina, the presence of Hashem, that should be here revealed to us in this physical world. Everything is perfect in Shemayim. But the goal, the real prize, is to bring the Shechina here, that we should feel and see Elikus, godliness in a revealed way, in a revealed manner. So Hashem said, you want that to happen? You have to bring your physical elements, your gold and silver and copper, all the materials that you have, and we're going to elevate it for Hashem by building a Mishkan. It's not going to be just sit back and say, I'm meditating and contemplating about Hashem, and now I'm bringing Hashem into my head and my heart. That's also good, but that's not enough. That's not what Hashem wants.
Give something that's dear to you.
Give up something that's dear to you. Get involved physically and spiritually. And it should consume you completely. It should penetrate to every part of your being. What's the dearest thing to a person? Food and money. Of course, their health. Health is food. And money, because you need to survive in this world. You need money. You can't live by the seashore your whole life. Yeah, you can. Some people can do that, but it's not a normal life. You have to have a house. You have to have children. You have to have parnas, and you also want to help other people with stock of a chesed. With this, Hashem gives us extra. Comes along the Pasha of Truma. And it starts off saying, "V'yikchu li truma." So the rabbis tell us, and Balaturim and others, that truma is a combination of two words, Torah, mem. Truma, the root of the word is roim, rum, laharim, to lift up, to elevate. When you learn Torah, Torah, mem, Torah that was given over 40 days, mem is 40. So when you learn Torah, which is again connected with the end of last week's parsha, yesterday's parsha. It's a continuation. You're learning Torah. You said to Hashem, Nasa v'nishma. Okay, go for it. Not enough that you said it one time. Now you have to study Torah and practice Torah. So the learning of Torah in itself is one of the greatest things. Talmud Torah, Keneged Kula. There's nothing greater than learning Torah and being close to Hashem through Torah. And then you have to take the inspiration of the Torah and bring it into Truma. Truma is also a donation. Give something to Hashem. What are you going to give to Hashem? Hashem is perfect. He doesn't really need anything from you. Okay, so Hashem says, build a shul, build a yeshiva, support a shul, support a yeshiva. Get involved. Do something good for the community. For Hashem's sake. V'ikchuli, Rashi says, li l'shmi. Do it for Hashem's honor, for Hashem's sake. We're learning yesterday in the Tanya And the Baal Tanya explains that a person who's in the middle of tefillah and he feels that he's being inundated with thoughts and all types of challenges and disturbances, what should he do? So it's hard for him to concentrate. He says he should stop, take a pause, and ask Hashem to have Rachmanis. But he asks to ask Hashem to have Rachmanis for His sake. If you're going to say for your sake, you might not be worthy of Hashem having Rachmanis on you. Maybe you're not deserving, so why are you asking for Rachmanis? Maybe if you ask Hashem to have Rachmanis, it could be that the Malachim are going to say, this person doesn't deserve Rachmanis. But if you say, Hashem, I'm not even asking you for my sake. I'm asking you matnas chinam. I'm asking you for a gift, for a present. I don't deserve it. Good, I know already. I established that. I'm not asking you because I think I'm righteous and I deserve it and maybe I have a few merits here. No. I'm asking you, L'man cha, L'man shmoi, L'man noi, for Hashem's sake. Meaning, Hashem is hurting when a Jew is hurting. Hashem sees that you're having a difficulty and you're having a hard time during the davening. And He wants to help you out. But He knows that you're not coming and saying, help me because, I'm a good guy. I put on tefillin every day and I keep Shabbos and I eat kosher and I'm righteous. So that's true. But don't come with that attitude. That's not healthy. A proper Jew doesn't come with a demand. Hashem, like almost you owe me one. That's not good for you. Don't go there. You should just say, Hashem, please have Rachmanis on me for your sake. Because if you help me, I'll be able to be a better Jew. I'll be able to do more. I'll be able to concentrate more. I'll be able to devote myself more. So I want to be a better Jew. Period. And that's why you should have Rachmanis on me, because I have no one else to turn to. You're the only one who can have Rachmanis. This is the type of dialogue that a person needs to have in the middle of davening. If he's stuck, he has to stop. Just like you ask Hashem for parnasa, you ask Hashem for happiness and nachas and good health. Ask Hashem that you should be a better Jew, that you should have more strength to feel love for Hashem, to feel the love for the Torah, to feel more love for another person. That's what happens when a person davens. He's supposed to connect with Hashem in a very deep way, and when Hashem sees that you're trying your best, He'll surely help you out. He'll give you the strength. V'yikhuli, Rashi says l'shmi. It has to be l'shem shemayim. There's no monkey business. That's why the Kliyaka I was learning before. If you pay attention, when the Torah talks about the Aron Kodesh, it says, "Zav tahor should be tahor, pure gold, mibayis." When it says from inside, it says the pure gold. I'll tell you the lashon here.
Should you start over?
What do you mean?
When you stop?
It's a piece. I says of tahor mibayis michutz tzapenu. You should cover the Aron Kodesh with pure gold from inside, and from outside you should cover it. But where does it say the word zahav tahor, pure? Right next to the word mibayis. Mibayis doesn't mean a house over there. Bayis means from inside. Mibayis from within. So the Kliyaka asks, why? If the Torah could have written, it should be tahor inside and outside. But the way it sounds, it's like it's more emphasizing from inside. So he gives many interpretations. One explanation, he says, buddy, don't try to fool Hashem. Hashem knows what's in your side, inside. Outside, I'm not worried that you're going to try to make a good impression, because that's human nature. But inside, Are you inside like you're outside? Outside means outwardly, towards people. Sashena Yid. You want to come into shul, you want people to know that you're righteous, which is good. That's human nature. You don't want to walk in and tashul and act foolish. You know that you have to behave normally, derech eretz. But what happens when you're not amongst your frum people? Like today, someone sent a Dvar Torah from a rabbi was talking about yesterday in the Parsha. It says, "Anshe kodesh tiyunli, be holy people to me. Or basar basada treifa loitechem. You shouldn't eat treif, but it says basada. What does it say basada? In the field. Don't eat treif anywhere." He says.
You found it in the field, no?
Okay, that's the simple shot. Because what a treif really means that an animal tore apart another animal. Where does that usually happen? In the field, not in the city. So if you're in the field and you find such a animal that was torn apart, it was treif, don't eat it. That's the simple shot. You're right. There's another explanation. Sada, field, means outside of your community. Communities are ir as a city. Sada, you're on a cruise, you're on vacation, you're in Colorado, you're here, you're there, you're hungry, you don't have what to eat, and all of a sudden Yetzer Hara comes and tells you, it's whatever, it's only fish, it's salmon, it's not so serious, it's not treif. Is it really treif? No. You're basada. You're on your own. No one's watching you. No one's there. Your friends are not there. Your community's not there. Hashem is there. Don't need it. Hold yourself back. Be strong. Be righteous. Ask Hashem to give you koyach. You're burning. You're hungry. You're starving. That's right. It's a big test. Eat an apple. Eat a tomato. Whatever you got to do. Fight the Yetzer Hara at that moment.
So bias means pneumius?
Bias means more pneumius, yeah. So going back to the Kliyakar, he says, from inside, the Torah is saying, over there you have to have pure gold. Outside, that goes without saying you're going to have pure gold. Because you want to, look good or normal in front of people. No question you're going to... And he gives an example of a Talmud Chacham. A Talmud Chacham says that he should have nice clothing. Okay. Nice. Doesn't mean fancy. It should be clean, without stains. What about inside? Inside, are you working on your midos, on your levusha and nefesh, on your garments of your soul? And then I saw another explanation. That we know that there's Yisachar and Zvulun. There's the people who support the rabbis, the students who are learning Torah. Some people have this idea, okay, I'll support them, just minimal. Give them what they just to survive. No, he says it should be from inside and from outside. Make sure that they have a standard of living that they don't have to be all the time under pressure. Make sure that you do it bar chava. And if you'll do it bar chava, you'll do it in a broad way, you'll see Hashem will give you in a broad way. There was once a great chassid. He came from his yeshiva to the Rebbe, to the Lubavitcher Rebbe, and the Rebbe started to ask him, can you tell me what do you serve in yeshiva for? This was in France, in Buenos. What do you serve for breakfast? What do you give for lunch? And for supper? He was very surprised that the Rebbe is going into such details. And this Yid, this Mashpia, who Reb Nissen Emenov, a very, very holy Jew, and very famous in Lubavitch, they said about him he was a Beinani. By us he would be a tzaddik. According to Ratani, he's a Beinani. A Beinani is like a tzaddik. But anyway, so he started to tell the Rebbe whatever it was, the menu. So the Rebbe said that he should add to it, it should be much better, much more elaborate than what he was serving. He was, first of all, he was from Russia. He didn't need much. His whole life was living on the bare minimum. And also most probably didn't have enough to give to so much, to give it out, to distribute, to give them a lavish menu. But the Rebbe said, times changed, and the Talmidim need to have more, and you'll see, he said, I don't have enough funds. He says, don't worry about it, Hashem will provide. You'll go, you'll ask, people will help, and that's what happened. But the idea is that we should always, we have to think that just like I enjoy a piece of steak, and I want to feel happy, and I want to be satisfied, when you talk about another Jew, you should always think, what would be if I was in this person's shoes? Do I want to have minimum for myself? No, I want to have maximum. I want to feel great. I want to enjoy. So if you really care about another person, and you could help them, try to help them also. It should be good for them maximum. And Hashem will give you the strength to accomplish it. This is why it says that the poles that they carried, the Aron Kodesh, the poles represents those who support the Talmidei Chachamim. The Aron Kodesh itself, symbolically, is the Talmidei Chachamim, those who learn Torah and study all day, or the teachers of Torah. The poles that they carry the Aron Kodesh, those are the supporters. Eitz Chaim hi la machzikim bo. The machzikim means those who are holding and are strong and giving strength to the Torah by supporting Torah. Those righteous Jews are equally righteous, and in a certain way even more blessed, more rewarded, because they're enabling this whole process. This is the lesson for us, that we should take this very seriously, and we should know the great privilege, like Yaakov said to me before, that we have an opportunity to help someone, especially a Talmid Chacham, a student who's learning Torah. You should say thank you to Hashem many times that He provided for you the opportunity that you can help someone, not to look at it as a burden, or that you're doing someone a big favor and you're a big shot. Be humble about it. That you're able, Hashem is doing you a favor, because by you helping someone, whether it's financially or emotionally or whatever, you give someone some kindness. Really, you're doing yourself a big favor. The brachas will come back for you and your family.